हाँ जी guys, कैसे हो? हाँ, so I'm going to be talking about the need for basically it's a CEO kind of position. Okay, I don't want to bind it in any words. That's the reason I would like to state the duties, but it's more like a CEO duties, you know. So I have started to come out with multiple lines of businesses which give me revenue. So you will be in charge of, wholly and solely in charge of the revenue, making sure that that whole division, that typically division would be having 2 or 3 more people, including you, and then so you will be in charge of making sure that business is profitable. It's pretty much like starting your own small call center in, let's say, India or in offshore in Pakistan, wherever you are. So let's say you start a SEO company, so you basically hire 1 or 2 SEO people, and then you are there, and obviously so those SEO people you have hired, so they are experts of SEO. So think of your business like a box, and within the box there are 2 small boxes, right? Now there are 2 small boxes. So those guys will be doing the small boxes work. But then other than the 2 small boxes, there are small boxes, really tiny boxes, and then maybe small dots also. Those are the things that you will have to do because you are the owner of the big box. For example, let's say light chali gayi, because the electricity is not there, so it's your responsibility, right? So same thing. I'm just giving an extreme example, but there are so many other examples. Let's say one guy doesn't come to the office. You still have to make sure things are going on. One guy takes a leave, one guy goes on a leave, all these things. So basically you are in charge of the whole division and ensuring that that division is producing and the work is going on every single day. So pretty much how you would be doing if you, let's say, have clients, if you have an SEO SEM company, or you have some kind of data entry company, or you have some kind of call center right in the offshore. So same thing, you'll be handling everything. You'll be making sure all the entire thing is going on, right? So that is the main idea behind this. You'll be making sure that work is going on smoothly, everything is going on fine, and everything is going on really well. So other things are, for example, nothing is outside the box, so we have basically about 25 verticals and about 30-45 horizontals. Let me tell you what a vertical and horizontal is. For example, let's say you want to get the Google Workforce ID. So you don't even know where to go, who to go. So there is a technical department in which, so those right, who you call and tell them that this is what I want, and they'll make the ID and give it to you. So they are like, those are horizontals. They are across all verticals. Horizontal means they are across all verticals. Every vertical needs their services. For example, HR, you need to, for example, accounting. Let's say you want to give the salary. Obviously, salary will be decided by you because nothing is outside that box. Their incentives, etc. down the line will be definitely, once you understand our policies and all that. First of all, you need to understand those policies. Right? But anyway, after understanding the policies, you decide the salary. But salary will be given by the salary department. And your discussion with so that guy who decides who gives the salary is Asher sir. He's in the accounting team. So you will talk to Asher and make sure that the salaries are being given to your team on time, right? So this is our finance and accounting department, or horizontal, right? We call it technical horizontal and accounting horizontal. Similarly, there are 30 other horizontals. Let's say you want to get some tedious work done. There is a team of people who can do the tedious work. We call them as a lead gen team. You can talk to them. And then there are so many other small. So let's say you want to get something done from me, you need to put it on my calendar. There is a team which does that. There is a person which does that, and she is part of VPM horizontal. VPM is virtual project manager. So she's my virtual project manager, and you can ask her and she'll make sure that it's on my calendar. So we have different horizontals, and those basically control what all needs to be done. Think of those as pillars of a bed. Let's say there is a bed and there are pillars. So horizontals are nothing but pillars, right? On which the entire bed is. And you are basically on the bed. There are plants. There are pots. Within the pots there are plants and flowers. So you basically own one pot. you need some support from the pillars. There are, as I said, 30 pillars. You need the support from them, but at the end of the day, you operate independently, and ensuring that all the whatever vertical means, the pot has flowers and the vertical is performing well and bringing money, right? So this analogy kind of explains how we operate. And I have, within staffing, I have about 6 verticals. 2 verticals are producing money at this point. They are having flowers. 4 verticals are not producing money. They are not producing money. Now let me tell you what's going on in those spots. So and other than these 6 verticals, there are at least 6 more verticals which I'm actively pursuing. So about 12 verticals total which I'm actively pursuing, and then there are maybe 20-30 more verticals which we are not working on right now because we don't have proper managers, which is why you were included here, which is what is this, what are the issues that we are facing. So I'll give you, so don't get me wrong, my guys. So I have, within those 2 staffing verticals, we have people who are working. And those 4 verticals, remember, they're within staffing, which is my core industry. We have 2 verticals which are producing. So the way we do is, in those verticals or in any vertical, what we do is there are doers, or who we call as BDMs, salespeople, business development managers, or you can call them as salespeople. They are the ones who do the sales. My typical profile is they are about 20, 21, 22, and they are in college or just out of college. And then so they're inexperienced, but other than that, they have no other problem. They are sincere, they're smart, they're intelligent, and then they do the work. Out of them, maybe a person who's senior, I've made them VPH. So vertical program head. VPH means they will do the work as well as get the work done from others. They'll prepare the reports for management. So they come in the meetings and give the reports to the team, to my meetings. I have about 20 mediums, and I would say even 18 are VPH also. So basically everybody is a VPH also of some VPH, of some program. So my vertical program are going on smoothly. Don't get me wrong. So but there are some small things which keep happening. For example, so that's where you come into picture. So one of the things is, like, let me give you an example from the past. There was a guy, I asked him after 7 days, and his name is, I don't want to give the names, it doesn't look good, but basically I asked him for a report on a certain Monday, and then again I reminded him on Wednesday through voice notes, and I again reminded him on Sunday, then again reminded him on the next Thursday, and then I realized he didn't do it. So this keeps on happening. They're a little shy, maybe they're scared, maybe they are, whatever the reason. There are some small things which keep arising because of their inexperienced nature. They are inexperienced in one way. Don't get me wrong, they are very professional, but they need a Gaurav, they need me to tell them every single day. That's what you will be doing. Right? You'll be making sure you'll be basically making sure all things are getting done. So just as you come, there are a few things that are coming to my mind that you'll be doing. One is, you'll make sure all the horizontals, the horizontals well, and you know how to cooperate with those horizontals. In first 3 months, that's what you should. And actually, first 2 or 3 weeks, you'll know all the horizontals, and I want you to be well-versed with all the horizontals. After that, another thing is, you need to do workloading of everybody. You should know work queuing. So you should make a work queue of everybody, like all their subordinates of yours. You should know what they are doing every single day for the next 1 week. So you should basically every week or every week twice, you should sit and make sure everybody is having something to do. You should be maintaining their work queue. And these are functional things. You should be having meetings with everybody every day. You should be giving reports to me every day. These are some of the things. You should sit with me and give me full report. You should be knowing everything that is going on. I'll tell you the full scope of your vertical, and you should know the full scope, whatever the full scope is, and you should have the entire 360-degree view of your entire vertical, and you should basically give a report on that. So these are some of the things which you would be doing. And so that's pretty much you will be doing. It's like your vertical is the main thing. You'll be working on your vertical and ensuring that everything is going smooth. What else? Yeah, pretty much these are the things I want to tell you. So I'm opening new divisions. I'm basically starting up portal for selling some leans. There are videos related to that. There are audios related to that. I'm starting some auto lean business portal. So those are portals related to that. Some other things are, when you're with me on the part-time basis, agreed, then you will be obviously having a daytime job because you're part-time. But when you turn into full-time, you have to be fully dedicated. In my opinion, a person has to be fully dedicated, only then his mind will work. Otherwise, his mind will not be with us. That's what I know for sure, right? So his mind will not be with us. So this job requires full attention, and I want you to think through this every single day, every single moment, and even on the weekends. I want you to be able to munch the fact that there is business going on. And so there are some small verticals, there are some big verticals. By the way, so I call this, because you are maintaining a revenue stream, I call it RMO, Revenue Management Owner. RMO, Revenue Management Owner, Revenue Model Owner, basically. So you own the entire revenue model. Basically ensure that this whole business model, this whole business division, okay, these all same thing, right? So the revenue model is working. And why revenue model, why not business model? Because there used to be a stress on revenue, that we have to make sure this is productive. So this entire business is working, basically. This is, you can say, as a full business. So there are some small businesses, there are some big one. You could be owning multiple at the same time, right? So you could be owning multiple at the same time. That's what we want. But you have to make sure that you handle all the dots. You need to acquire the capability to handle all the dots of the business. So RMO is the person on the ground working and learning very, very fast. His knowledge level, his intelligence level is very high. So remember, sometimes people think, oh, that means I have to just maintain a task list and make sure everybody's doing those tasks. No, you have to actually do the task yourself also. If you have to get into this thing, RMO becomes an expert. So remember, there's a big box, then there are small boxes within that box, and there are small dots. RMO becomes expert of everything that is other than those boxes. And within those two boxes, three boxes, let's say there is some issue that they have, then he becomes an expert of that also. That's the vision. So RMO becomes full expert of the business division and make sure that business is going on smooth and producing results and producing money and making sure everything is going smooth, right? So for that, you have to get your hands dirty. So don't get me wrong. Again, you can get people to do some tasks, but then there are people who will not, there will be things for which people will not be available. In staffing business, what we have always seen is RMO tends to become a recruiter. You'll be surprised, because in staffing, on one side we have people, on the other side we have clients. So they will basically be able to get the clients. In vendorship, they will become, mostly what we have seen is they will become a client facing. So what does it mean? Don't worry, I'll explain these things later. But for now, you need to understand that this is what the whole scope of work is. You'll be basically get the hands dirty business. You'll be making sure things are going smooth, and you will also be making sure you understand things and do the things yourself as well. So RMO is also a do job. It's just that, like when I was handling that division of what we call as GP, you will see very soon. I was actually on the ground. I was always worried. Ian sir has made me relatively quite free. So he is the head of the GP, and on the basis of Ian sir, I have modeled this whole thing. So I had Ian sir about in February last 2023, and ever since I've started to feel that this is the right kind of person I need. He basically owns the entire business division and makes it profitable and keeps it profitable. And he also identified all the small issues within the division, not technical issues, remember, the operational issues, and then he started owning those, because he knew that without this, 7 people working will not help, because of these small issues which keep coming. So he basically owns all those small issues, and he doesn't expect them to be his team members to become a master of that. By the way, he has 4 in one division and about 4 in other division, so about 8 people working. So there are 2 divisions which are producing results, right? So that is my GP and the RAG GP. So you can see what those are. I will explain later. But basically, he's doing really well. And I looked at his performance and looked at his working style, and that's how I modeled my thought. Okay, this is the kind of person I need. So that's how. So ideally, I want a person who is very mature, who's at least 30, 32, 33, 35 years of age, who's very mature, has the ability to handle teams, and has handled teams in the past, should have some technical bent, that always helps, must have worked in some good companies, professional companies in India or in Pak, and must have worked if he has experience of offshore, that is on site, that he visited Dubai or Saudi or America or Canada or Germany or any of these places. That's awesome. I want these kind of people for this position, who are mature, who people listen to. And there are some lot of ethics videos I made, like you should not make excuses, you should not lie to me, I don't like when people lie to me. All these things are part of deal breaker policies. You should make sure you follow all the deal breaker policies and all the HR policies of ours. Okay, verticals are and what various horizontals are. Okay.